Hi, welcome to the second episode of Season 2 of The Weekly Wave. I'm Matthew Lyons.
And I'm Aaron Johnson.
And our special guest here today, Abington High School's Miss Kate Casey. How are you, Miss Casey?
Great. How are you guys?
Doing fantastic.
Thanks for
I'm
having
doing
me
good.
on.
No problem.
Yeah.
So, recently, Friday, there was a community food packaging event. Could you tell us, as well as members of the community who were maybe unaware of this, what exactly went down?
Sure. So I'll backtrack about a year. The Joy in Lutheran Church in Abington, Joy in Christ Lutheran Church in Abington, hosted an event last year. I believe it was their second year. And they packaged 106,000 meals.
Wow.
And which was great. The small church of 40 members was able to pull this off. I went as the soccer coach. I took 10 of my soccer girls and was like, wow, this is a great event. It was 2 hours. You felt accomplished afterwards. You were able to package meals. Our table packaged, however many meals they came out with, 12,000 maybe or so, 5,000, and it was great. So from there, Jeff Stone was the one that brought it to the church, and he is an Abington alum. And I reached out to him and said, Jeff, I want to make this bigger, and I want to get the high school involved. How do we do that? So him and I met over the winter to try to figure things out, come up with the logistics of it, and he said he wanted to do 250,000 meals.
Ooh,
Yeah.
It's a lot of
So
food.
Jeff did a lot of the behind-the-scenes work. He did all the calculations. He figured out how many volunteers we would need, how to make it work during the school day. I was kind of like the school's liaison to figure out how we could get like the senior class involved. And with all the coordinated efforts, all the money that was raised, we were able to package 250,000 meals.
Wow.
Yeah. So we met our goal. Our
Yeah.
goal was 250, and we met it.
That's incredible.
So this was like a massive event. Like I was walking by it on my way out of the school, and like the whole basically gym side of the school was shut down. How much time did it take to actually plan this major event?
So Jeff and I started planning last spring, and more just on a preliminary level. Could we get the seniors in? Could we get another class in? How would we work that? How many meals would they produce? It's pretty much the whole project is a giant math problem. If you have X amount of tables that produce 5,000 meals in 2 hours, how many tables do you need over how many hours? So Jeff did all the math and calculating. We started meeting over the summer as a steering committee and really took off in September. So September, October, and November, we were meeting every couple weeks. We met the last 2 weeks, like back-to-back weeks, to make sure we had everything in place. And then it all started on Thursday.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I know that members of like the Lyons Club and as well as Girl Scouts contributed to this, as well as the senior class. So how many people exactly were involved?
Sure. So I have some actual numbers for you.
Oh, cool.
We had 626 volunteers altogether.
Wow.
And in order to package the 250,000 meals, we had to fundraise, obviously, for the dry goods.
Yeah.
So through community outreach, a GoFundMe page, and private donations, and a couple grants, we were able to raise the $63,000 that was required. So that was easy. We got actually the last 100 and some odd dollars came in Saturday morning in a donation bin.
Wow.
That was in the lobby of the event. So with the 250,000 meals, we were able to give food to 17 local food pantries. And if you work backwards in the math, the 250,000 meals came from 18 tons of food that was
Wow.
sorted through. So it lined this whole backside of the building on Thursday.
I know.
Yeah. I was walking by and I was like, I had to like flat Stanley
Yeah.
and like walk down the hallway.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
It was a really big event. I was a little nervous that there was going to be some hiccup or we forgot something, but as soon as I did kind of like a roll call where the seniors were going at what tables, and I walked in the gym, and the gym was silent. The kids were working and they were focused. I was like, okay, we're good. Everything is going to work out from here on out, and it did. So essentially, we did 3 shifts: about a 12:15 to 2 o'clock shift, a 9 to 11 shift, and a noon to 2 shift. So in 6 hours, we packaged 250,000 meals.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
is-
do the math. It's a lot of meals an hour.
Yeah.
And how many people you said? Like 600?
Over 600 volunteers between the people at the tables, between the steering committee, between the people that were here dropping off or helping to disperse the pallets, to people moving boxes the day of, to people, making boxes and putting labels on things. Over 600 volunteers.
That means like one person packaged a couple thousand
Yeah.
food containers. That is crazy.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was a true community event. If one or two people didn't show up or one or two people didn't do what they needed to do, it would have had a trickle effect. But everybody did what they needed to and more. The senior class, for their 2 hours on Friday, was able to package 54,000 meals. Our goal was 45,000, so they exceeded that by 9,000 meals, which is amazing.
Go class of 2020.
Yeah,
I know.
exactly. Teamwork.
So for the people who actually didn't hear about this event, is there any way they can donate for future events going on? Because I know you said you were planning into the future.
Yeah, so we hope to make this a yearly event. We're debating whether to increase the number or keep it around that 250 because that was manageable. So there is a GoFundMe site that is still up. We're accepting donations because we do need money to buy the dry goods to make the meals. So there is a GoFundMe. I think it's GoFundMe at Community Food Packaging. There's a Facebook group that people can find, Community Food Packaging event, and it has links on there. And then we have a Gmail account as well that people could email and get information about.
All right, that's awesome. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Tune in Friday to see the first ever episode of our new segment, Movie Time with Matt and Derek.
And make sure to follow us on our Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Green Wave Gazette.
Thanks for watching.
Goodbye.